This thing is crazy. You have the governor and his team going after whistleblowers, state employees trying to do the right thing in Minnesota to explain the fraud that was happening, to get it under control. And it looks like Governor Walz, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general, Keith Ellison, not only did they know about it, they were trying to protect the fraud to continue. These fraudsters were donating campaign cash to the governor and the attorney general. The whistleblowers who were coming forward were threatened. Their jobs were threatened. Their careers were threatened. And then we find out that the fraudsters were buying property in Kenya and Turkey, sending money back to Somalia. The money going back to Somalia could potentially have fallen into the hands of Al-Shabaab, the Al-Qaeda affiliates in Somalia. Absolute crazy stuff.
But at this congressional hearing, Congressman Brandon Gill makes himself famous by confronting the one Somali-loving, self-hating white guy witness with the true, brutal statistics of the Somali problem in Minnesota.
Let me ask you, does large-scale Somali immigration make Minnesota stronger or weaker?
Certainly stronger.
Certainly stronger. Do you know what percentage of Somali-headed households in Minnesota are on food stamps?
No.
54%. Do you know what that number is for native Minnesota-headed households?
Well, to be clear, a majority of the...
It's 7%. There's a big difference between 54% and 7%, is there not?
Excuse me, sir, could I answer the question?
Well, let me move on. We've got a lot of questions here. What percentage of Somali-headed households in Minnesota are on Medicaid?
I don't know.
It's 73%. Do you know what that number is for Minnesota native households?
Again, you're using the phrase Minnesota native households, but the majority...
The number is 18%. That's quite an astounding difference. I think we would agree.
Can I answer the question, please?
Let me ask you one more, and then we can go into that. What percentage of Somali-headed households are on welfare in general?
I don't know.
It's 81%. What about, let me just ask you, after 10 years of being in the United States, what percentage of Somali immigrant households continue to be on welfare?
I don't know.
The number is 78%.
So for all the third world mass migration loving liberals who believe that arbitrarily bringing in non-white people makes our country better because of diversity, how can you explain the economic and cultural benefit of them not assimilating into American society and preserving their barbaric, backward, primitive culture while also overwhelmingly needing to be on government welfare just to survive? Our system and our culture cannot sustain itself the moment American citizens feel like them being hardworking, self-sufficient, contributing members of society makes them a sucker, makes them an idiot who is living a lower quality of life than a Somali immigrant who's electing not to work, who has 4 or 5 children to maximize the amount of welfare they receive, and then set up a home daycare center so they can bill the government to watch their own children. Why would liberals expect people who can't set up the most basic form of government and accept incest as part of their culture to culturally enrich the United States